In the space before you are Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Change the view gallery. And they're engaged in the activities of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and they're dynamic, made of light. And you develop this sense of healthy fear that if you don't change your habits of body, speech, and mind, then you'll suffer endlessly. But more importantly, if you don't change your habits of body, speech, and mind that are unhelpful to you, then it will delay your ability to help others. And then you develop the mind that recognizes that, by definition, these beings have developed qualities of mind that you wish to have yourself. So they've developed compassion that doesn't discriminate between its objects and understands reality as it is. And then all the other qualities that are based off of that, patience and all these kinds of things. So you want to be like that so you can put your trust in them. So I would like to be like that too. And then we say the refuge prayer. Zungi Juran Zogi Junam the Janju Bordu Jani Gabzochi Togi Janzo Gibe Sunamki Jula Penjur Sangi Jupershun Zungi Juran Zogi Junam Janju Bordu Jani Gabzochi Togi Janzo Gibe Sunamki Jula Penjur Sangi Jupershun Zungi Juran Zogi Junam Chanju Bordu Dani Gabzuchi, Dagi Jinzo Gibe Zonamki, Jula Penju Sangi Jupa Shoy. Let me develop the mind of regret. So wishing that we hadn't engaged in some sort of action of body, speech, or mind, because we understand its natural consequence, its negative consequence, its natural negative consequence on ourselves. More importantly, we understand the consequence on others. So in the sense it directly harms someone else, but also that it delays our own progress, which makes it difficult for us to serve them perfectly. And so it harms them in that way. So you can think of the 10 non-virtuous actions, which are the traditional explanation. But there's lots of actions we do throughout the day that make it hard to develop. Even things that don't seem obvious. So for example, killing a living being seems sort of obvious, right? But having an inner critical voice that says, I can't do that. I don't believe in myself, or that's also harmful in its own way. So it doesn't have to be some sort of obvious thing. So then think, develop that mind of regret. You wish you hadn't done it because you understand its consequence for yourself and others. not some sort of moral judgment, just an understanding. And then with that mind of regret, then we do the remedy. Above the crown of your head, seated upon a lotus and moon seat are Vajrasattva, father and mother. Their bodies are white. Each has one face and two arms. He holds a Georgian bell. She a curved knife and skull cup. They're embracing each other. The father is adorned with 6 mudras, the mother with 5. He sits in the Vajra prostration in the lotus. Vajrasattva is my Guru, the holy mind of all the Buddhas, the Dharmakaya, who out of unbearable compassion embraces me and all other sentient beings and appears in this form to purify myself and all others, yourself and all others. On a moon disk of Vajrasattva's heart stands a hum, encircled by the garland of the 100-syllable mantra. A powerful stream of white nectar flows from the hum and mantra garland, and you are cleansed of all sickness, spirit harm, negative karma, and obscurations. Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva TITHA JINO SUDHAGAYO SUBHAGAYO ANURAKTO SARVASINO PRAYATSA SARVA SHRIYAM KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA SAMAYA Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUTO ANURAKTO SARVASINO PRAYATSA SHRIYAM KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA SAMAYA Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUPO ANURAKTO SARVASINO PRAYATSA SHRIYAM KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUPO ANURAKTO SARVASINO SHRIYAM KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUPO ANURAKTO SARVASINO SARVA SHRIYAM KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUPO ANURAKTO SARVASINO SHRIYAM KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUPO ANURAKTO SARVASINO KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUPO ANURAKTO SARVASINO SHRIYAM KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUPO ANURAKTO SARVASINO KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUPO ANURAKTO SARVASINO KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUPO ANURAKTO SARVASINO KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA Om Vajrasattva SAMAYA MANUPALAYA Vajrasattva DENOPHA SUPO ANURAKTO SARVASINO KURU HO BHAGAVAN TATHAGATA MAME MUNTSA Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva DENOPHA Jinomeva Sutukaya Meva Supakaya Meva ANURAKTO Meva Zarazini Mepiyasa Sarakama TSAME SIDDHI KURU Ho Bhagavan SATTVA Vajramana Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sava Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva DENOPHA Jinomeva Sutukaya Meva Supakaya Meva ANURAKTO Meva Zarazini Mepiyasa Sarakama TSAME SIDDHI KURU Ho Bhagavan TATHAGATA Vajramana Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sava Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva DENOPHA Jinomeva Sutukaya Meva Supakaya Meva ANURAKTO Meva Zarazini Mepiyasa Sarakama TSAME SIDDHI KURU Ho Bhagavan TATHAGATA Vajramana Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sava Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva DENOPHA Jinomeva Sutukaya Meva Supakaya Meva ANURAKTO Meva Zarazini Mepiyasa Sarakama TSAME SIDDHI KURU Ho Bhagavan TATHAGATA Vajramana Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sava Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva DENOPHA Jinomeva Sutukaya Meva Supakaya Meva ANURAKTO Meva Zarazini Mepiyasa Sarakama TSAME SIDDHI KURU Ho Bhagavan TATHAGATA Vajramana Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sava Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva DENOPHA Jinomeva Sutukaya Meva Supakaya Meva ANURAKTO Meva Zarazini Mepiyasa Sarakama TSAME SIDDHI KURU Ho Bhagavan TATHAGATA Vajramana Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sava Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva DENOPHA Jinomeva Sutukaya Meva Supakaya Meva ANURAKTO Meva Zarazini Mepiyasa Sarakama TSAME SIDDHI KURU Ho Bhagavan TATHAGATA Vajramana Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sava Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva DENOPHA Jinomeva Sutukaya Meva Supakaya Meva ANURAKTO Meva Zarazini Mepiyasa Sarakama TSAME SIDDHI KURU Ho Bhagavan TATHAGATA Vajramana Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sava Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva DENOPHA Jinomeva Sutukaya Meva Supakaya Meva ANURAKTO Meva Zarazini Mepiyasa Sarakama TSAME SIDDHI KURU Ho Bhagavan TATHAGATA Vajramana Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sava Om Vajrasattva From the crown of your head, Guru Vajrasattva says, son or daughter of the race, your negativities, obscurations are broken and damaged pledges have been completely purified. And then think, before Guru Vajrasattva, I vow never again to commit those negative actions from which I can easily abstain, and not to commit for a day, an hour, at least a few seconds, those negative actions from which I find it difficult to abstain. And then you imagine that your promise of refraining is completely accepted. Guru Vajrasattva, Mother, dissolve into light and descends to the crown of your head, to the white Om at the third eye, filling your body with white light, purifying all negative karma and obscurations created by the body. And dissolves to the throat where there's a red ah, filling the body with red light, purifying all the negative karma and obscurations created by speech. And descends to the center of the chest, the heart chakra. There's a blue hum filling the body with blue light, purifying all the negative karma created by and obscurations created by the mind. And then the Om Ahum, filling your body with white, red, and blue light simultaneously, purifying all the negative karma created by body, speech, and mind. And then Guru Vajrasattva, Mother, dissolves into your heart, and you become inseparable from that purity. And then you arise in a purified form, clear as crystal. And all beings arise in a similar form. And you rest, knowing that there's no suffering anywhere in the universe. And then you think the person doing this purification, the action of purification, that which is purified, the whole process, it arises in dependence upon causes and conditions. It does not exist intrinsically from an ultimate analysis, and yet it functions. So all this good stuff we've been doing. So people have organized this, and you've changed your schedules and made the effort and done the process. And so there's so many people involved over thousands of years or hundreds of years to make this possible. So all that can be dedicated to a bigger goal. So we can dedicate to long lives of all spiritual masters. May we always see the best in their qualities. May we see them as kinder than the Buddhas. May we never be separated from them and always receive teachings from them. And to the best of our ability, may we serve them. We never separate from teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa, and then the other schools of Tibetan Buddhism as well, the Enigma Sakya Kagyu. They're separated from the teachings, the path of renunciation, pardon me, bodhicitta, pure view and emptiness in 2 stages of tantric practice. May all those that think about us, remember us, dream of us, speak to us, hear our voices, see our bodies, see our images, speak our names, touch our bodies, like us, love us, hate us, hurt us, up to the point of killing us. And then never be born in lower realms. May they always be qualified Mahayana teachers and friends. They become instantly enlightened in that very moment. May we become like a holy object for others. Just by interacting with us in any sort of way, whether that's peaceful or with anger, or may that become a cause for them to become free from every kind of suffering, have every kind of happiness. May all the environmental problems of this earth instantly cease, in order that those who practice the Dharma may continue practice peace. Those who are about to begin practicing the Dharma may begin peace, and those who are yet to hear of the Dharma may hear of it in peace. May all wars, famines, epidemics, quarreling, all these kinds of things instantly cease. So we can think about Ukraine and Russia is the newest one, but they happen all the time, all over the world, all the different conflicts and things. Then the pandemic, the COVID, but there's other different epidemics and pandemics and things. So may all those things instantly cease in this very moment by virtue of our practice. And may all non-human beings be free from every kind of suffering and have every kind of happiness. And may all the mundane needs of beings be taken care of. Food, shelter, medicine. May everyone have everything they need. And if we have the opportunity to help someone acquire those, then may we not hesitate to do that. Then may all the spiritual goals of beings come into fruition. People want to go on retreat or become ordained or memorize or study. There's so many things to do in Tibetan Buddhism, and may they be able to achieve what they want to achieve. And if we are able to help support that, then may we not hesitate, to the best of our ability, may we not hesitate to support that. May all institutions that support human development have every resource that they need to function, whatever they need. So places like Tuktunor Building, but other FPMT centers, other Buddhist centers, just institutions that support the development of positive human qualities. May they have every resource they need. And then many people have begun the process of dying, or have found out that they will start that process very soon, or they've already died. So if they're able to be healed instantly, then may they be healed instantly. And if not, may they transition peacefully into the intermediary state and become enlightened there. And if that's not possible, may they be reborn human, new qualified Mahayana teachers, friends, and become Buddhas as quickly as in that very lifetime. And then we represent certain people in our lives that don't feel the desire to be here, or can't be here, so we can represent them. So people are getting divorces, and people have psychological problems and physical problems and financial problems and all the kinds of things. So we can represent them here. So may they be free from every kind of suffering that they have, and may they have every kind of happiness. Should the opportunity arise for me to be able to help them have happiness and be free from suffering, then may I not hesitate, to the best of my ability, to provide those things, with wisdom, but may I not hesitate. And then we can think particularly about Thich Nhat Hanh and his students. So may they, go through this experience of his death with tranquility and peace. May it be a cause for them to realize their teacher's teachings and for them to have every kind of happiness, be free from every kind of suffering. And then at the very least, no matter what happens in our lives, whether we become Buddhist or not, whether we remain that for the entirety of our lives or not, at the very least, may we have a good heart, warm heart, patient, a certain degree of wisdom, a certain degree of bravery. So may we have all those things too. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nice to see you all. I saw some of you at Jado Rinpoche, I think. So nice to see you again. And my plans I'll be here next week. Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. Wonderful. Thank you.